Hello everyone, this is Nick Cho from nicholascho.com. I'm the founder of EasyTVMoney.com and the long-term business blueprint.com. I have something exciting for you that I know you're going to love. In the next 2 days, I will share with you two real, highly profitable PPC campaigns that I have personally run and managed. Each of them has generated $1,500 to nearly $3,000 in pure profit. You will get to see the products, keywords, ads, bids, negative keywords, earnings, ad spend, CTRs, CPCs, EPCs, etc. And this is the best and the fastest way to learn how to build profitable PPC campaigns. But before I start, I'd like to share a few notes. One, these were campaigns that I created for my clients in my ETVM Project 2016 program. If you don't know, it's a program in which I create and manage PPC campaigns that are guaranteed to be profitable. Since I launched the program in August 2015, I've created and managed over 1,000 campaigns for 106 clients. Two, the two campaigns were not the most profitable campaigns that I've created. I'm sharing these two because one, they have expired, so I can share those campaigns. And two, the clients have agreed to let me share them with you. So are you ready? Let's get started. So today, I will share with you a health-related PPC campaign that has generated $1,504 in profit in just 5 months with only $600 in ad spend. So that's an ROI of 250%. Tomorrow, I will share with you a skincare PPC campaign that has generated nearly $3,000 in profit with just $346 in ad spend. And that's an amazing ROI of 850%. So today's PPC campaign is for a product called Nature Renew Cleanse. This is the Bing Ads PPC campaign. Let's first take a look at the earnings for this campaign. Because I ran this campaign for my client between February 1st, 2016 to June 30th, 2016. So I'm going to select that data range, click on Run. This is the earnings data. During this 5-month period, there are a total of 62 sales. The total earnings is $2,104. So let's keep that in mind. Now let's go back to Bing Ads. Just to confirm that this is the actual data range, I'm going to click on Apply. There we go. So between this 5-month period, the same period, the total ad spend is $792.85. But this is actually in Canadian dollar because my client is from Canada. So if we convert that into US dollar, it would be almost exactly $600 here. So that's the ad spend. Now, if you do the math here, the earnings are $2,104 and the ad spend is $600. So the total profit is $1,504. To calculate ROI or return on investment, we take the profit, which is $1,504, we divide that by the ad spend, which is $600. So that gives us an ROI of almost 250%. Now let's also look at the CPC. The CPC here in Bing Ads is 96 cents, but again, that is in Canadian dollar. If we convert that to US dollar, that would be 73 cents. Next, let's calculate the earnings per click. Now, if you go back to the affiliate network, the earning is $2,104, right? If we divide that by the total number of clicks, for the clicks, we need to look at the data in Bing Ads, not your affiliate network, because that's just not very accurate. So if you look at this, it's 822. So we divide it by 822. That would be your earnings per click, $2.55. So that's obviously a lot higher than the cost per click or CPC of 73 cents we have earlier. Obviously, this is a tremendously successful campaign. Now, let's look at the niche of this product. This is actually a cleanse product. So this is the actual landing page. It is a Colin Cleanse product, and they do offer a free trial. But please note that even though it is a free trial, customers will still have to pay a shipping fee. And this is also a rebill product. That means that the first bottle is free plus shipping, but they will automatically charge your credit card after a certain period, usually 30 days, but sometimes sooner. So that's another critical component of this successful PPC campaign, a rebuilding product. Now, this is a gray area. I can guarantee you that a lot of people who have ordered this free trial did not know that they're going to be billed on a monthly basis. You might not be okay with that. If this is against your ethics, your moral value, this might not be the best product for you to promote. Let's now take a look at the search volume for the product keywords, which is Nature Renew Cleanse, or Nature Renew, or Nature Renew Colon Cleanse. In order to capture all the search volumes, I'm going to enter all those keywords first into Google Keyword Planner. As you can see, I entered Nature Renew Cleanse, Nature Renew Colon Cleanse. Because this offer is only available in the United States, so I should select the US here. Add, click on Save. Okay, in total, these product keywords have about 1,500 searches per month during those 5 months. Now let's look at the same keywords in Bing Ads Keywords Planner. In this campaign, I can actually see what keywords have generated most clicks. Copy those most popular keywords into Bing Ads Keywords Planner. And here we are. In addition to the three keywords that we entered into Google Keyword Planner, we also found this keyword, which is broad modifier type of keywords. So plus nature plus renew. Very likely that Bing Ads Keyword Planner consider these two keywords are exactly the same. Their search volumes are exactly the same. So probably I should not count both here. So if we add those three keywords up, it's about 660 searches. So with this in mind, you can probably conclude that if on average a product keyword has 1,500 searches in Google Keyword Planner and about 600 searches in Bing Ads Keyword Planner, then it is possible that this offer can be a profitable campaign. Because a lot of times, Easy to Money members ask me, hey Nick, what's the minimum search volume for the product keyword? I usually tell people 1,000 minimum monthly searches in Google Keyword Planner. Usually I didn't even bother to check the search volume in Bing Ads, but you certainly can look at data here in Bing Ads Keyword Planner. But overall, I think that if in Google Keywords Planner, the search volume is at least 1,000 for the product keyword, and it is at least 500, 400 in Bing Ads Keyword Planner, it's likely that you can turn this campaign into a profitable campaign. Okay, now let's look at those keywords here. In total, we have 822 clicks. Most of the clicks came from four keywords, essentially the product keywords. This one is the phrase match, and this one is the exact match for Nature Renew. And the others really, I'm sure they have converted a few sales, but they're probably not very significant. Now let's look at the other data here. The CTR is almost 30%, and the average ad position is 1.42. Essentially, it's either one or two. But actually, if you look at those keywords individually, you will see the keyword that got the most clicks is almost always at position number one, right? It's 1.17. So the second most popular keyword has an average ad position of 1.19. That means most of the time it was also at number one. Now, the third most popular one is 1.42. So that means that about 50% of the time it was at 1, 50% of the time it was at 2. Now, the fourth most popular keyword, it was almost always at 1. By looking at those average ad positions and the click-through rate CTR here, you will see that being at number 1 has a huge advantage. Most likely you will get a large percentage of the clicks. In this case, it's about 30%. Oftentimes, I got emails from our Easy to Money members asking me, Nick, what is a good CTR? What is a great CTR? A great CTR is a CTR that's over 20%. It's actually possible to get a CTR of over 20%, 30%, sometimes even 40%. This keyword, literally knew the CTR was almost 50%. And for this one is over 40%, and this one is over 30%. So pursue that. Your CTR has everything to do with your average ad position and of course your ad copy. Now, I do want to emphasize that I'm not saying that you should always aim for number one because there's a lot of risk associated with being at number one because you will get a lot of clicks very quickly. And if your campaign is not set up properly, you will be losing money very quickly. At the beginning of a campaign, it pays to try to aim for number one, but you have to set up your ad bids very carefully. You have to have a limit on that. We have three formulas for you to decide how much you should bid on product keywords. If you're conservative, you should use the formula earnings per click divided by 100 plus 1 cent. If you are more aggressive and you have more money to invest, you should use earnings per click divided by 50 plus 1 cent. If you're somewhere in between, you should use the formula earnings per click divided by 75 plus 1 cent. You can change 75 to lower or higher depending on your preferences. At the beginning of a campaign, if you're just testing whether being at position number one is going to pay off, you can bid higher. So maybe you can use the formula earnings per click divided by 25 or 35 or 20. But please remember, this is going to be risky. So if you do that, if you bid high, we have to carefully monitor your campaigns. You probably need to check out your campaign every few hours, at least a few times a day. Make sure that you are not wasting too much money. At the same time, you should also set the budget for the day to be a number you're comfortable with. You will ensure that you're not losing too much money. Adjusting bids is not the only way to improve your campaign performance. You can also improve your ad copies so you can achieve a higher CTR. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Now let's come back to the keywords here. The only keywords that are getting any impressions whatsoever are the first, I would say, 12 keywords. You would want to spend most of your time on those keywords that are getting the most impressions and the most clicks. Let's dive deeper into this campaign. Make sure you turn on the trend and really look at how this campaign has progressed over this period. So first, let's look at the impressions over time in this 5-month period. As you can see here, it went up and down and then was consistent in the last month or so. If you look at the clicks, you can see it has the same pattern. If we show clicks and impressions at the same time, they're pretty much in the same pace. Now let's look at the average cost per click. So this is $1, and you can see here it was pretty consistent. I think the minimum was about 60 cents. Again, these are in Canadian dollar. The highest was $1 up until sometime in May 15. I had to increase the bids to maintain the average position of number one for those keywords. Now let's look at the average ad position. So the pattern is similar to that of average CPC earlier. Seems like the campaign's performance deteriorated for a little bit in the last month, in June. That's why the average ad position became unstable. There may be a new competitor coming into the place. When maintaining your campaigns, we really need to look at how keywords are doing in the most recent period. So for example, if you did your campaign maintenance about 2 weeks ago, then today when you do the campaign maintenance again, you want to look at the data within the last 2 weeks and look at the average ad position. Is it the ad position you want? Let's say if you want an average ad position of number one, was it still number one for those keywords? If it was not, you may want to do one or both of the following two things. One is you want to increase the bids for those keywords. Two, you always want to improve your ad copies. Next, let's look at the click-through rate. It's weekly data. It was pretty stable for a long time and then came back to be stable since sometime in May 15. That's for the CTR. By looking at the trends, you can generally get a feeling of how your campaign was performing during that period. Now let's look at the ads. Before I paused the campaign, there were two active ad copies. The first one had the most clicks. Its CTR was also the highest, 34%. And its CPC was 88 cents, almost the lowest. I created the first two ads first, and the third and the fourth ads later. I made the right choice when I paused the second ad because its CTR was a lot lower than the first ad, and its CPC was a lot higher than the first ad. That just shows that how critical it is for us to continue to improve our ad copies. I often see my students or my clients, they just didn't even bother to test different ad copies. And that's a huge mistake. You should always test different ad copies, sometimes even change one little thing. For example, maybe you just want to change the exclamation point at the end to a period. That might cause a difference in your CTR. There can be so many ad copies by changing just several words at the same time. You will easily have 5 to 10 copies. But of course, I only recommend that you only test 2 to 3 ads at the same time. It's probably not a good idea to have more than 5 ads running at the same time. It would take you a long time to figure out which ad is going to perform the best. So that's all for the ads. Now let's take a look at negative keywords. Go to keywords and click on negative keywords. In the Easy TV Money course, I shared with you 2 negative keywords templates. So basically, these are the catch-all negative keywords that you should use for your campaigns. But if you look at the negative keywords for this campaign, you're going to see a lot of keywords that you might not even think of. For example, cook, cooking, Costco, Costco.com, courses, decisions, define, definition, facelift, eyeball, guitar, hearing. How did I find those negative keywords? In addition to those 2 negative keyword templates, I also have close to 400 negative keywords in here. For negative keywords, we want to overkill. So we want to include all the negative keywords that we can potentially find for our PPC campaigns, especially if we're bidding on generic keywords. Even for branded keywords, we also want to overkill. So what do I mean by that? You would want to search for the product keyword or keywords and then go through the suggested keywords by Google Keyword Planner and enter all the keywords that are not relevant to your product. For example, Garcinia. We can do a quick search. The product does not have any ingredient of Garcinia, so that's not relevant. So we want to add Garcinia as a negative keyword. You can actually just enter Garcinia as a negative keyword here, so you don't have to see that negative keyword again and again in your list. Let's filter those keywords with Garcinia out. Again, look at this list. Herbal. Is this herbal? Most likely, because it says it's 100% natural. It's probably herbal. So we'll keep that. Calcium has nothing to do with calcium. So we would add calcium as a negative keyword here. Click save. Ascorbic. I believe that's probably not also not relevant. So we'll add that as a negative keyword as well. Once you go through all the process, you should have a very good list of negative keywords and add all those negative keywords into your BS campaign. Okay, that's all for negative keywords. Let's look at the campaign settings. Let's go to the campaign. Let's go to settings. And there's really nothing complicated about it. So I set up daily budget of only actually $6.50 in Canadian dollar. That's really not a whole lot. We should monitor our daily spending and adjust our daily budget accordingly. For best strategy, I use manual CPC because I want to have more control for my campaign. For location, because this offer was only available in the US, so I chose United States. And for advanced campaign setting, for ad schedule, I just let the campaign run 24 hours. And for device, I did not do any specific changes for these settings. Demographics, I just use the default settings. Now under exclusions, then under IP address, here is a killer tip. There are many IP addresses that are associated with sending fraudulent traffic by manually clicking ads intentionally. So you definitely want to exclude those IP addresses in your BS PPC campaigns. Now, please visit this link on the screen to download this list of IP addresses. This one tip can save you a lot of money in the long run. Okay, click on Save. So that's the campaign settings. Now let's actually look at the ad group setting. Click into the ad group, click on Settings again. For bid strategy, we use the campaigns bid strategy. Location again, US. The search network bid is 66 cents in Canadian dollar. We didn't set anything up for ad schedule for device. For ad distribution, we use search network as I recommended in the Easy TV Money course. And for ad rotation, I recommend that we use rotate ads more evenly, include all ads, even those with a lower CTR, because I like to have more control as to when to pause an ad. Click on Save. So that's the ad group settings. Okay, guys, that's all for this 1500 PPC campaign case study. Tomorrow, I will share a much more profitable PPC campaign, which is a skincare product that has generated nearly $3,000 in profit with just $346 in ad spend. Amazing, right? If you have any questions about this video, please feel free to ask your questions in the comment section below this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.